Hey guys, welcome to episode 24 of Pokemon Generation 1. Last we left off, all we really did was catch Mew in a frickin' Pokeball. Now before we get back to the main run, we're back here on Pokemon Yellow, specifically on the SSN. I don't know how the fuck I missed this. Come in here to the fourth door to the left, once you enter the SSN that is, and you have to fight this specific trainer. Now the reason I say you have to fight this one, you see that item down there? I oh so stupidly missed it. Thundershock. And yeah, you've got double kick at this point. Forgot about that. Paralysis, hell yeah. Full paralysis, double the hell yeah. And again, I'll take it. Yeah, now you critical. Full disclosure, this is only a temporary thing. I'll be off of yellow and back on the red momentarily. May as well show what the other starters are like. A brief little preview, as it were. Bad idea, actually. So, let's do a bit of a classic combo I do. Leech Seed. Poison Powder. Now, Poison Powder is fairly inaccurate, but it can hit more often than you'd think. 75% accurate, I believe. Poison. Leech Seed. And while that's wearing it down, since he resists Vine Whip, Tackle. And fuck your Sand Attack. Good thing I got these off when I did. And just to show Vine Whip, it's probably gonna do a little less. I don't know what the damage difference is, but it's probably barely noticeable. You know, your Sand Attack shenanigans are getting annoying. I rest my case. And yet you're content on doing that even when you're both poisoned and affected with Leech Seed? Yeah, next turn you're down no matter what, so if I don't take you out, the poison more than definitely will. Nidoran female. Alright, Charmeleon, do your thing. So yes, to further prove a point, in Yellow you can get all three starter Pokemon. In Cerulean City, to the left of the Pokemon Center, there's a house with someone who will give you a Bulbasaur if you have high affection between you and Pikachu. Pikachu is technically the first introduction of friendship values in Pokemon, but that wouldn't become a real thing until Gold, Silver, and Crystal. How many times have I told you to never teach anything Rage? Yeah, that's what I thought. Don't ever ask me to teach anything Rage in Gen 1. I'm never going to. But yeah. How the fuck did I miss this? That is Body Slam. If you'll excuse me a second. You want to know one nice advantage to using an emulator? You can exploit .sav file usage. By that I mean, I basically did the same method I normally do for trade evolving, but instead I didn't copy the yellow.sav file from the Game Boy Color folder back, so that when I had it back on Visual Boy Advance, I would still have Body Slam on yellow. Exploitation of emulation, my friends. Right. Off screen I also went ahead and trained Flareon up a good bit. Yeah, this is the reason I'm so pissed I missed Body Slam. The poor guy needs it. And yes, I went ahead and grinded up some coins to get Hyper Beam. And I maxed out on coins while I was at it. Yes, I'm kind of doing some overkill here. Anyway, let's head out to the Celadon Game Corner. Making sure I have who I want in the front. Okay, good. Now here you can actually play different slots. May as well go ahead and show it off. For those not know on which one is supposed to be the quote-unquote lucky slot machine, because yes, some slot machines have higher rates than others. Apparently it's this one that has the highest rate. Oh right, coin case required. I deposited that while I was at it. One sec. Also off screen I ended up selling off all my antidotes and paralyzed heals because we have full heals now. Available through Saffron City. Full heals are basically what you would think. They heal up any status condition. Yeah, you burn through money more quickly doing this, but I'd rather have one item that takes care of every status than a bunch of items that cure a specific status. Especially when you consider the fact that we have limited inventory. Then again, full heals are infinitely more useful anyway. I'll take back that coin case real quick, just to show off the slots. Now, it's not often I'm going to do this, but hey, so it goes. Now, something I do want to mention, getting back into what I was saying about getting all the Kanto starters. At the Nugget Bridge, near where you get the Thunderwave TM, there will be a trainer who apparently sucks at training his Pokemon and will give you the Charmander. Right. Like I was saying, this is the slot machine that you want to use as far as coin grinding goes. Yeah, I got some overkill done because, well, yeah, I had time to kill. Now, it might not seem like it at first, but trust me, it will pay off later. Sometimes it pays off much more frequently, like that. But yeah, supposedly this is the slot machine you're going to want to use. As far as I'm aware, it seems to be somewhat accurate. Well, there we go. It might not seem like I'm making a profit at first, because I'm actually not. And there we go. But yeah, more often than not, you will win at this thing and get a good amount. Usually 15 coins. On occasion, you'll get 100. I've actually never gotten 777s on this thing. Yeah, you would think I'd be getting 777s after all that grinding, but apparently not. But yeah, that's a brief example of the slot machines. I'll be exploiting the ever-living hell out of that in Fire Red and Leaf Green, that's for sure. Because I actually know one of the ones that's actually better. Not that they made the slot machines win rates a little bit higher, but either way. Guarding a poster is kinda suspicious, dude. Anyway, as for Squirtle, you actually get him from Officer Jenny in Vermilion City, the only time she ever appears in the main games. But you need to have the Thunder Badge. I'll actually keep Confusion in the front for the time being. Trust me, you'll see why. It's because I don't want to have to do any sort of move swapping later on. And, well, you're not even worth the Psybeam. One Confusion will do it. I rest my case. Now, one other thing worth mentioning, Hyper Beam you may have seen on Flareon, that also has a bit of a glitch. It does massive damage, but you're forced to recharge one turn. If you kill with Hyper Beam in Gen 1, it ignores the recharge period. They even fixed that in Stadium. Let's push the switch behind the poster. Welcome to the Rocket Hideout. Anyway, after I refresh the recording, we'll check the place out. Back in a moment. Alright, the Rocket Hideout. Let's go. And speaking of Team Rocket, I may as well mention something. Remember that one Rocket Grunt right before the Super Nerd in Mount Moon? If you're playing Yellow, that Rocket Grunt is not there, and instead, after the Super Nerd, you actually face Jesse and James from the anime. A reference to Jesse James, the American Outlaw. They run Arbok, Wheezing, and later Meowth, although at the time they're Ekans, Coughing, and Meowth. You know what, I think Seismicross might be the better option here. But yeah, they always keep the Meowth, and their Ekans and Coughing evolve into Arbok and Wheezing respectively later on. Minor hindrance that time, as opposed to the frickin' Gambler. Seismic Toss. Now, Alakazam isn't keeping Seismic Toss forever, but hey, it works. And if you're weak to Psychic, you're not worth the Psybeam. My point exactly. But yeah, some people might not realize that Jesse and James from the anime are a reference to Jesse James. Now in Gen 2 we got Butch and Cassidy as far as the anime goes. I don't know if that's actually a reference to, I believe, someone who would be named Butch Cassidy or something like that. I'm not entirely certain, but if it is a reference to something like that, that's actually fairly clever. But nevertheless, Raticate at this point, big deal. Psybeam. And well, Quick Attack. That's actually a big deal because Alakazam's defense, one of the lowest in the entire game. Anyway, Raticate again. Down. They all go down the same way. No, more like you just got wrecked. Escape rope, okay. Anyway, I believe there's something down here? No, there isn't. No, that's actually one of the later floors. Well, we'll be back around there later, put it that way. The self-scope. This is why I didn't go into the Pokemon Tower earlier. It would have been pointless. Coughing. Physical defense, really good. Special. A joke. Overkill. Hell yeah. And level 29, so there goes all my fun. And of course we're just dealing with a bunch of poison types, but so it goes. Let's see. You know what, Flareon? Go for it. Yeah, screw you. Hyper Beam. Now keep in mind what I said earlier. You ignore the recharge period. That combined with the fact that Hyper Beam in Gen 1 is physical, plus Flareon's insanely high attack stat. You know what? I'm feeling crazy. This might even one-shot Raticate. Well, it should. I'm like 11 levels above you. Yeah. Flareon's one of the few who can make use of Hyper Beam really frickin' well. Anyway, coming down here... I actually forgot to switch Alakazam out of the front. How Confusion missed, I have no idea. Oh yeah, I do know. It's because of that 1 in 256 chance of missing. Well, that's at the bare minimum. If a move is like 70% accurate, it has a higher chance of missing, but still. I don't know why the hell that missed, but whatever. Alright, Flareon, do your thing. Now, I don't see a reason to use Hyper Beam, but... Body Slam will do it anyway. Flareon's attack stat is just that damn good. Speaking of Flareon, let's switch the bastard into the front. Yeah, Flareon unfortunately does come with one glaring weakness, the fact that he really doesn't have any good stab moves. In Gen 6, he finally gained Flare Blitz. TM10, that's Double Edge. Really good move, but we're gonna hold on to that for later. Like later on I'm gonna actually ditch Takedown for Flamethrower, but anyway. I believe it's this way. Oh yeah, the spinning sections in red, blue, and yellow, they were so fucking slow. And we get a rare candy out of the deal anyway. I do believe I switched Flareon to the front, making sure. Yes, I did. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to go around here. There might be something here. Things that look suspicious, but aren't. Yeah, did I mention how slow these damn things are yet? Same old song and dance as far as rocket grunts go. Rattata? Really? After one of the earlier guys had a couple Raticates? Yeah, Flareon can make the magic happen with Body Slam. Just saying. Speaking of Raticate, let's show off Machamp. Mega Kick, because why not? Not exactly accurate, but packs a huge punch. 75% accurate, mind you. It's also a good way for him to deal with psychic types. I rest my case. Alright, let's go ahead and put Machamp in the front. And I'm running low on my recording. I only got about 50 seconds left, so I'll go ahead and refresh the recording real quick. Back in a moment. Alright, back at it. Down here? HP up. Think I'll give that to Machamp. Have to scroll all the way down. Oh yeah, effort values. They don't exactly influence base stats, they directly raise base stats. I never knew that. TM2, that's Razor Wind. Which brings up a point, 7 was actually Horn Drill in the Celadon department store. 3 would be Swords Dance, which I was thinking 7 was Swords Dance for a bit. Coughing, huh? Karate Chop. Gotta conserve my uses of Mega Kick somewhere. And Smog. Do not poison me. Yeah, Smog is an absurdly high rate of being able to poison you. Especially in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Zubat? Well, let's show off just how good Rock Slide is. Booyah! Overkill? Yeah, do I care? No, it's Zubat. Anyway, speaking of Horn Drill, that is a one-hit kill move, which, like I said back in Gen 1, first off, yes, I'm standing on the lift key. Because you actually have to talk to him, you can put yourself in this situation. You can't do that in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Reason being, he automatically says he dropped the lift key after you beat him. I'm guessing it's due to the fact that if you tried to do that on the Game Boy Advance, something would end up going horribly wrong. So, that might have been a precaution. I'm not sure. Anyway, speaking of one-hit kill moves, like I said, much like critical hits in Gen 1, whether they hit or not was based around speed. That is why I said you'll be thankful for Dugtria's speed in more ways than one. It can actually learn a one-hit kill move via a TM we get much later in the game. Horn Drill, on the other hand, is nearly useless. Unless you have some strange luck like I did in Pokemon Stadium once. Because in going through round 1, I was going through the Poke Cup in the Stadium mode, just to get the final battle of that game open, or at least the final battle for round 1 open. It's the same for round 2. So I ended up stuck using Reynolds because, well, my entire team was level 100 at the time, and you can only go up to level 50. So the Rental Alakazam has Metronome, right? It decided to fucking Metronome Horn Drill. And the screw-up thing is, it worked. On a Rhydon, no less. Yeah, that was amazing. Really slow spinny things. In fact, I actually think I might have missed something. Yeah, over here, actually. Okay, so come over here. Down 1, over here. And we get a Super Potion. Not that I need it, because at this point, if you couldn't see it, we have Hyper Potions available now. Again, through Saffron City. And Hyper Potions are actually arguably one of the more useful healing items, because they heal up to 100. In Sun and Moon, they were nerfed to where they only heal up 120. Not that you really need it to be 200, because 200 is just overkill. But hey, it helped back then, and I do kind of miss the fact that it healed up 200, but so it goes. I believe Super Potions in later generations would also start healing 60 instead, or probably thinking of a TCG, or if it actually did heal 60, I'm thinking of later generations. Because I know the TCG nowadays, Super Potions heal 60. Anyway, coming up here is a couple more rocket runs. Now, I'm fighting these guys now because I'm pretty sure they leave this place once you face the head honcho, because yes, you will be facing the boss of Team Rocket in this area. I don't see a reason to use submission, it's just not worth it. Especially on a Rattata. A Raticate maybe, but Rattata, as I've just proven, no. Speaking of Raticate, and booyah! Oh, that's satisfying. There's your recoil damage like I demonstrated, but hey. Oh man, that's one of the more satisfying moves to land in Gen 1. It's more accurate than, say, Thunder or Hydro. I think it's on the same accuracy as Hydro Pump. Not sure. But still, it just feels so satisfying to land submission in Gen 1. I do much prefer Cross Chop, but hey, so it goes. That's not till Gen 2. Two Raticate, two Rattata. You'd think they'd all be Raticates in that case, but apparently not. Probably should switch out now that Machamp's level 29. And, Wartortle, you're up. Alright, coming over here. Hyper Potion. And Grimer. Interestingly enough, its Alolan form in Sun and Moon is actually a Poison and Dark type. A really awesome combination, if you ask me. Plus the fact that it has Poison Touch, meaning it can poison the opponent if it does a physical move. So say moves like, let's say you have a Crunch on an Alolan Muck, or Bite in this case, since it's a physical move that more people who play Gen 1 will be able to recognize. So let's just go with Bite for example. That also has a chance of causing poison due to Poison Touch. The only thing it can't poison is Poison types. Much like how Fire types cannot be burned, Poison types cannot be poisoned, Ice types cannot be frozen, and as of Generation 6 onward, Electric types cannot be paralyzed. Which makes catching Electric type legendaries a real bitch, because paralysis is usually your go-to. Oh yeah, worth noting, Thunder Wave did get nerfed in Sun and Moon. It's now only 90% accurate. On one hand, I miss using the paralysis guaranteed, but at the same time, I also approve of it. So we don't get any major crap like the paralysis locks in Stadium. That was just a nightmare. Anyway, got about a minute and a half left, so let's go ahead and use the elevator real quick. And go up to the top floor. By beating this rocket run, we open up this door, and that takes us straight back to the game corner. Only 2 Pokemon, really? And Grimer, you all go down the same way. Well, pretty much the same way anyways. Disable Water Gun. Big deal. Oh, Bubble Beam, why are you so good? Anyway. You will not be changing Pokemon for coughing because its special stat is not that good. Smog, do not poison, do not poison. Well, it wouldn't matter anyway, because as soon as I refresh the recording, I'll be going back to the Pokemon Center and healing everybody up. Level up! Right, the door's now open, and like I said, I'll be right back. Alright, everyone fully healed, back at it. And already back to where we were. Now when going down to the basement's 4th floor, if you're playing yellow, be careful. The moment you step out that door, you're getting ambushed by Jesse and James. Here in red and blue, it's instead just 2 rocket grunts. You have to talk to them in order to fight them. Iron raises physical defense. We know who we're giving that to. And since he just leveled up, rare candy. And to that end, do your thing, Flareon. Yeah, Flareon's getting quite a bit of screen time this time around. What plans did you have at Mount Moon exactly? Oh, reviving the fossils. Right, I get you. Not that you'd be able to anyway. I believe these guys are mirrors of one another, as in, the rocket grunt to the right will use Ekans, Sandshrew, and Arbok. Paralysis. Another reason why Body Slam is really good. It can paralyze things that Thunder Wave can't, i.e. ground types. Well, if you're lucky, that is. And at this point, Hyper Beam. The fact that you ignored the recharge period makes Hyper Beam in Gen 1 pretty much broken. Especially on something like Flareon. And it didn't one-shot Sandslash. There's that recharge period for you. Yeah, take it. I've got Quick Attack. I still stand by Jolteon being the best of the 3, but Flareon and Vaporeon are both good in their own right. Yeah, somehow that did not one-shot Sandslash. Okay. Yeah, you're knowingly evil. How does that make any sense? Hyper Beam. Bye. And just repeat the process. It all ends the same way. Case in point. Arbok. Hyper Beam might be enough? Let's see. Booyah! Haha! Like a boss. A bit of a delayed reaction, I know, but I had to reference Aya. Frickin' Aya Shimemaru. One of my favorite Touhou characters, honestly. Oh yeah, speaking of Touhou, I'm well aware that Touhou Kobuto V Burst Battle is now out on the Switch. It's actually been out for about 3 weeks now. And for some stupid fucking reason, they misspelled Rumia's name as Lumia in-game. Fucking RNL being the same damn letter in Japan. Or at least they're basically the same damn letter. Anyway, the boss of Team Rocket himself, Giovanni. And he has an Onyx. That's saying a lot about how frickin' weak he is. At least right now. If you're playing yellow, Giovanni can actually be somewhat challenging. Rhyhorn. Rock and ground type, and this thing is actually quite powerful. Also, surprisingly, it can learn Surf. Well, I know Rhydon can anyway. So yeah, figure that one out. And speaking of Rhydon, Rhydon was actually the very first Pokemon to ever be created. Fun little fact for you. Kangaskhan. In yellow, this would instead be Persian. I know that much. I forget if his other two Pokemon changed compared to yellow. Right. Anyway. We'll let Machamp handle this one. Kangaskhan, I believe, is also one of, if not the only Pokemon to naturally learn Dizzy Punch in Gen 1. Comet Punch is much like Fury Attack in the sense that it's a multi-hit move. You know what? Mega Kick. You use that guard spec now? Yeah, now you're critical. Good job. With Mega Kick of all things. It cannot be, but indeed it is. Well, whatever you hope to achieve, I'm gonna have to stop you. And we obtain the Sylph Scope. This is actually important for going into the Pokemon Tower. Put it to you this way, I'll be saving that for tomorrow. Well, tomorrow as of recording this. Meaning I'll be uploading this episode and the next one on the same day, which is today. So you can probably tell where this is going. But with that all said and done, let's prepare for the next gym a little bit. Switch these into the order in which I actually acquired these guys. Yeah, I have a habit of doing that. I don't know why. But with that, let's heal up and save real quick. And next time on Pokemon Generation 1, we'll be heading out to the Celadon Gym. Till next time, later guys.